All right, welcome back to part two, 5.2, difference in medians. Let's go through another example here. This is going to get a little bit interesting here, a little different than what we've done before. Did the Washington Redskins have a greater ability to play? All right, so we've seen this before, but check this out. Defense at home. Now, uh, if you're going to play better defense, that means you should be giving up less points. So think about this. It's not like the more points, the better here in this case. It's kind of like golf. The lower the score, the better. Greater ability means you have a lower score. So in this case, we've got to think about this. A greater ability means we're going to have lower numbers. Okay, lower the better. So let's see how this plays out. So the following table shows the number of points they allowed in each game at home and on the road. So first one is justify that 59 is an outlier. Now, what I did was I plugged it into the TI-84 and I went straight up to the stat plot, top left, stat plot in the top left corner. And I used both my lists at the same time and I graphed both box plots. And I tell you what, I may go ahead and just sketch it out down here, what I'm looking at. Okay. Let's see if I can make this look anything like the way it should be. 15. And I wish I had a, straight edge for one. So this is definitely caveman style, but I just want you to sort of see what I'm seeing. I should have just went by tens, but I didn't. 45, 50. It's going to take me all my time just to make this out. 55, and then 60. Okay, let's change this up. Let's go to a different color. All right, so let's do the first team. All right, so we're going to do home on top. Let's do home up here. Okay, so looks like, let me get the sketch or the trace here. So the minimum is going to be at 7, which is going to be right in here. Okay, and then we're going to have a first quartile at 15, which is going to be right here. Median is going to be at 17, which is really close. Try to label this best I can. So here comes the whisker. And third quartile looks like it's at 28.5, so you're going to go over here. Go ahead and connect the box. .5, and then the whisker goes up to 30, and it gets cut off because looks like we have a outlier 59. So I guess to answer your question here, they're going to tell you right off the bat this is your outlier if you're using the calculator. Now, if you're not using the calculator, like if you're not using the graphing calculator like this, then of course you would definitely want to go with, okay, let me just write that, use calculator. Or make sure you're willing to go in and do 1.5 times the IQR to get the distance to your upper and lower boundaries, okay? But one way or another, you need to know if that's going to be outlier, but that totally is. All right, let's do road games. So let's change the color up, make it look a little better. So road games, all right, here we go. Let's go down to the other graph. So it looks like our minimum's at 12. Right down here. First quartile's at 15. First quartiles are the same. Median is going to be up at 23.5. Third quartile is at 32. I'm trying to make this neat, y'all. And then, of course, max is going to be at 37. It's right in there. Probably went too far. Okay, so let's label this up. So that was 15, 23.5. Then we had 32. And then we had 37. All right, I tried, y'all. But these are the box plots for your home and road distributions. So basically, if you want to compare them right off the bat, you would say definitely home is skewed to the right because you got an outlier, whereas road is going to be more roughly symmetric. Okay. I guess that's all they want here. So I should just take that screenshot and go to the next one. All right, next screen. Let's go back to what we're trying to do here. So, did the Washington Redskins have a greater ability to play defense during the 2010 season? All right, here we go. Next screen. Hypotheses. So, let's do the whole. So, this is your statement of no change or same ability. So, how could we write this with what we're doing? So, I'll just say this 2010, let's say, well, better defense at home. Okay. We'll say home and road games have same true median. Okay, keep it simple. Huh? This is normally your statement of greater ability or something like that. Change in ability. Okay, so for us, since we're talking about a home, we're going to say something about home games will have a, now here we go. If you say you're playing better defense, that means you should have lower scores. So I'm going to write, we'll have a lower true median. And we're going to hope this works. So calculate the difference in medians using this as your test statistics. So hang on a second, let's go back. What was the median for the first one? 17 and then 23.5. Oops. So we're going to do home minus road. So what was it? 23 minus, oops, I'm sorry. Better make sure we do this right. Home was 17, road was 23.5. So what we want to write is 17 minus 23.5, and that's going to give you 17. It's been a long day. Negative 6.5. All right, and this is going to be our test statistic. Don't be worried about the negatives. They do happen. Okay. All right, so we have our hypotheses, and now we have our test statistics. So here we go, next slide. All right, so 75 trial simulation, describe what information provided by the dot plot. So this would represent 75 trials of those simulated difference in medians based on those games. Estimate the p-value. All right, here we go. Test statistic was negative 6.5. All right, yeah, negative 6.5, which means, ooh, 6. Gotta assume 8's going to be right about here, 7's going to be right about here, and negative 6.5 is going to be somewhere right in here. Tell you what, I'm just going to put it right between these. This is my test statistic. Okay? And whether you want to count this little guy or not, it's really not going to change how this problem plays out. All right, so negative 6.5. So we subtracted 17 minus, and think about this. I'm going to go back and write this. 17 was the first median. This was your home. We gave up less points, minus the 23.5. This was your road games. And that's how we arrived at a test statistic, which was negative 6.5. So I still want this to be greater. I still want this to be to the right. And actually, you know what? I think I just totally said that wrong. I want this to go. Let me think about this. 17. Negative 6.5 is your difference in medians. Do you want the difference to go to the right, to be greater? I'm going to make an executive decision. I think we are in new territory here. I'm going to go to the left. All right. I'll probably be thinking about this tonight, and I may come back and try to change this video. But we're going to go to the left, and that's negative 6.5. So if you count up the dots, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm counting 12 dots going this way. So estimate your p-value. You're going to say 12 divided by 75, which is going to give you a nice cool 0.16. Ooh, I better hurry. Or 16%. Interpret, here we go. So assuming the games are independent, there is a 16% chance of getting that test statistic, which is a difference in medians of negative 6.5 or less by random chance. I'll definitely think about that tonight. Make appropriate conclusions. So since P is definitely greater than 0.05, random chance is definitely plausible here. Plausible explanation. Therefore, they have the same ability, or in this case, the team they have the same true median for home and road games. All right. Got to leave right here. Good luck.